An update tonight on the BCPOU negotiations. Abaco recognized as a destination for romance. And a local environmentalist outlines the benefits of an environmental court for Grand Bahama.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll-Farkas, and as always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news this evening, President of the Bahamas Communication and Public Officers Union on Grand Bahama today to attend a special meeting with members of the Bahamas Telecommunications Company. Now, you may remember some 2 weeks ago there was an apparent sick-out which had an impact on some of BTC's operations throughout the country. Well, in this report, our Italia Hall speaks with the president about some of the ongoing issues and the union's plans going forward.
President of the Bahamas Communication and Public Officers Union, Dino Roll, says the union and management at the Bahamas Telecommunications Company are in the process of negotiating a new industrial agreement, as the old agreement has been expired for some 2 years. The president says the union is looking for management to come back to the table, but they have not been cooperating.
Since I've been at the helm of this organization, we've been at the table for the past few months, and we seem not to have gotten anywhere in our discourse. And so certainly the staff is extremely frustrated. They've expressed their frustration. We've had a lunchtime meeting at JFK headquarters last week, Wednesday, and my members expressed themselves adorned in somber colors of black and the rest of it, and we just hang there in the lobby, trying to get management attention, trying to get them to come to the table and be reasonable.
He says he spoke with BTC's CEO, Garfield Sinclair, on several occasions.
Mr. Sinclair talks a good talk, but when it comes down to doing what needs to be done, we're not getting anywhere with that.
The president says he and his members are prepared to turn up the heat if they don't get a favorable response.
My members are diligent, and they are firm behind their union. The union have my members' support. The members are prepared to do any and everything within the confines of the law. Certainly we're considering, we've spoken about that. That's part of our strategy to take a strike vote, and that is something we're giving serious consideration to.
He says he believes there is some competition for BTC now that there is a second telephone company in the country, but it's up to BTC to find new ways to attract customers. He adds that management indicated sometime last year that they plan to downsize as well.
I hope that they have moved away from that position. I don't see the need for a continuing downsizing exercise in BTC, and so we're hopeful that that's not the route management is going to take.
The union leader is adamant that employers should work along with the union.
Our members provide service, particularly as it relates to BTC. We provide service. All they're trying to do is get management attention. Listen, come to the table and speak to their worker representatives. Try and hammer out new terms and conditions. Whatever the situation is, come and be clean and be clear.
Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
In other news, the leader of a major environmental group says the establishment of an environmental court on Grand Bahama could help to reinforce the message of protection of the environment. Well, for some years now, local authorities have been spearheading initiatives to encourage residents to stop littering and to report those who do. Tonight, the leader of Earth Care says an environmental court will encourage Grand Bahama's residents to take pride in their surroundings. Megan Shepard reports.
With such a vast amount of open land, Freeport and Grand Bahama at large has been faced with the challenge of indiscriminate dumping. Founder of Earth Care, Gail Woon, says that during her explorations and activities around the island, she often comes across spots where persons are dumping their trash.
Usually we will see areas where people just decided to start dumping things, and then other people saw, okay, well, they're dumping here, I may as well dump too. So I have some photos from a recent trip. There were mattresses and looked like stuff from a restaurant, like trays and tablecloths, and even pom-poms that cheerleaders would use in colors of certain high schools. And so there's really no need for that to be put in the bush when it can go to our landfill. We have a state-of-the-art landfill. Things can be recycled. Things can be disposed of in a way that won't hurt the rest of the island.
Wu notes that she was instrumental in raising the fines levied against cruise ships that dumped their trash into Bahamian waters. And now, with an environmental court sitting in New Providence, she says that she believes that a similar court would be beneficial here on Grand Bahama.
It would be much easier for people who would be facing fines rather than having to fly to Nassau to face whatever charges they might have. Plus, it might encourage persons who do view someone, say, tossing out something out of the car, to actually maybe going to the police and seeing that that person's car plate is on notice, and possibly they could be called to the courts to face, you know, whatever ramifications or punishment that they should happen to them.
Woon says that the city of Freeport prides itself on being a clean and beautiful city, and everyone must do their part in keeping it that way.
Think of the whole island as the way you think of your own house. You know, you're not going to dump a bunch of Kentucky boxes in your front yard. So why not think of the rest of Freeport and treat it with the care that you would treat your own property? Because really, as a community, we all own the commons, and if we together keep it clean, it wouldn't be a need for these sanitation workers to be picking up the stuff on the side of the road every day, which they have to do every day.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
And it is the pristine environment of the Abacos that resulted in that island getting not one but 2 awards as Best Caribbean Island for Romance by USA Today. Green Turtle Key was voted the best destination, while Elbow Key or Hopetown rounded off the top 10. Manager for the Abaco Tourism Office, Winsome Ferguson, says that this is certainly good news for the Abacos.
We always say to people when they visit the island of Abaco, welcome to the real Bahamas, and this confirms just that for us. And further we further cemented ourselves as a destination to compete with. Communities like Green Turtle Key and Elbow Key are unique in their own special way, with the narrow roads and the secluded beaches and the picket fences and the colorful clapboard houses. It just has an ambience that one would die for.
A panel of experts partnered with USA Today's top 10 best editors to select the initial 20 nominees, and the top 10 were determined by popular vote. Ferguson says Abaco has every reason to be proud.
It is special because the people of Abaco is the key success to this. They know how to treat their visitors, and that's why people keep coming back and enjoy. They will go that extra mile to make your experience special. And they know their name by guest. They know their guest by name, and that really adds to it.
So the romance market is something that you guys go after?
Yes, we have been targeting the romance market, and Abaco has become a popular destination for weddings, and so communities like Green Turtle Key and Hopetown, they have been doing a number of weddings. I feel, as an Abaconian, I'm very proud of our accomplishments in winning this award, and I think there's more to come.
Now, Cat Island also made the top 10, that island at number 9 in the USA Today's Best Caribbean Island Romance Destination. Meantime, 25 career women are set to be honored by Professional Services Bahamas in a few weeks. The organization was founded by Cyril Lowe in 1989 and seeks to acknowledge and train Bahamian professionals. This latest group of honorees will be recognized as the most influential Bahamian women in business for 2019. Now, 6 of the honorees are from Grand Bahama. They are attorney Willie Moss, businesswoman Deborah Delancey, Western Airline executive Shirexia Roll, dentist Dr. Catherine Adderley, Realtor Donna Lang-Jones, and CFO at the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Deanne Seymour. The General Manager of the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, Keleser DeVoe Isaacs, will also be receiving that prestigious award. This will be the second annual award ceremony recognizing women who are nation builders and who exemplify extraordinary talent. The criteria for the award is based on the individual's title, performance level, career trajectory, and the individual's sphere of influence. The honorees will receive their awards during a special Spring Soiree Award ceremony at Great Cliff Restaurant on March 23rd at 6 p.m. in New Providence. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news right after the break.